Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by their quarterback, who is now in season number 9 out of TCU, Andy Dalton.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
On second down, Michelle. Just bowling over tacklers. Clayton Gathers makes the stop. Well, look now at our starting defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL.
Their pass defensive line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Third down from the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hands up, lead. Check right 54, right 54. Here we go.
Now a first down carry, it's Michelle. The numbers a week ago for Michelle, 21 carries, 80 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
On second and 9, Dalton throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Michelle. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Nikel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton to Michelle on the screen. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. Leading them out, the second-year man from UCLA, drafted number 10 overall. It's Josh Rosen.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, they go with Clement again. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
In 2018, the Chiefs were looking for help in their offensive line, and they received it from guard Andrew Wiley, a formerly undrafted free agent. He settled in as a mainstay at guard and mauled people on the offensive line. They expect big things out of him in 2019 and beyond.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Rosen. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Clement, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. On 2nd and 7, Rosen arcs over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? This is Clement. About 3 yards there to the 27. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
58 to line. 58 to line.
The third-year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
This is Michel on the counter. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Bound to lose one.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hands up. 318. Check. Check. Check.
On 2nd down, Michel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10.
We're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Rosen to throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? Where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Rosen will throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Just use their size and their strength, try to occupy and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He's He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now from Colts territory, here's a first. They run out of the gun with Clement. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now it's Clement. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They'll throw it with Rosen. This one caught by Crowder. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down, Williams. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people and power his way forward.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for... And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first opportunity? He's...
Dalton, 1st and 10. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Dalton now to pass. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. And now here comes Kansas City. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down. On second down now, it's Williams. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Tackle made by the second-round pick, Isaiah Oliver. Rosen to throw on third down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. To throw again on second down. Dalton, he's got it. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. This is third and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. And they will run it with Michel. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, long day for you.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now it's Rosen. Going to get this to his rookie. That's Andy Isabella. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Again, it's Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Well, unexpected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go!
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready? Mike 58, right there. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. 36.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Again, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return is Pettis. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Yards there and a 1st down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Play action here with Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sack. 2 more to his total.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing, Dalton. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And he's got Snead. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw here, Dalton. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own. The field position battle is a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Rosen looking. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. And that one, everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Colts to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here.
Right there. Lead. 54 Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. 1st and 10 for Dalton. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defenses. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. A gain of 6 there on first.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On second down and 4. Dalton over the middle. He finds Pettis complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
Hands up. 18. 54. Get your swerve on.
They'll run on first down. Michelle trying to run inside, but nothing there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Throwing on second down. Dalton. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he's into the clear. 18-yard line. A big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. We play to win.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Dalton. His throw caught right around the 6. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Second down and goal. Dalton under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Josh Bynes. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Hopkins' kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Mike 58, right there. Stop your whining.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Out right to Bourne. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Rosen will throw. Airing one out for Crowder. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Rosen. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And result, 21 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle, things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Watch the run. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
On first down, Clement. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Corey Clement. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And Dalton to throw to Michelle on the screen. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And that is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made. No grounding. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Rosen, able to find Isabella. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and... From the gun, it's Rosen. Get a solid gain of 9 down. 2nd and right at a yard. That'll short just a yard. This one caught by Crowder. And he didn't score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Chiefs in possession of the we went back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. That's Isabella open on the right side. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Getting ready to go again, here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
He's back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Big spot, Andy Dalton. Open man is Galladay, complete.
We're good. We're good.
Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Kansas City, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.